Good morning, grand rising to you all. Happy Monday, and I pray everyone is well rested and they wake in good spirits, ready for what this new fresh week has to offer. And let there be many open doors, opportunity, and abundant of blessings for everyone. This morning, I'm coming to drop a video over Queens of R&B to see who all watched it, and if they haven't, I hope I'm not spoiling anything, but it comes on Bravo on Sunday evenings at 7 Central Time, and it's with Escape and SWV, and it's called Queens of R&B. I started a reaction on it last week, and this is the second episode. And so I wanted to come this morning to give my reaction on what I think of the show. And if you guys have anything, please drop it in the comments so we can talk about it and how you guys see the show and like it as well. And so I really like the show. I can see that this is going to be a very, very good season for it. I hope they get picked up again, because I would like to follow them through the tour if they do make it that far to the tour. I pray they do, because that would be an awesome, awesome show. But I really feel for Tamika, uh, not Tiny, but Tamika, the sisters, because she's hurting. She's hurting, feeling rejected and like a black sheep when it comes to her mother and her sister Tasha. Her mother is very much so wrong for making her children feel different and feel as if one is better than the other. She said she's been dealing with this her whole life, and her mother is upholding and condoning wrong, nonsense. Tasha is very, very much so a diva. She's more than a diva in my eyes. She is not humbled by any means, versus her sister, who is very humble. She has a sweet spirit about her, and I guess that comes as well with humility, but her sister, she just thinks she's all that and a bag of chips. She looks good, and God has been good to her and her family, but to treat your sister as if she's nobody, that's not good. And their mom should not okay that, because it seems to me, like I said, she's choosing Tasha over Tamika, and just making it seem like Tamika's just making up things out of her head. If that girl knows if someone stole over $30,000 from her, and when it does come to Tasha, Rocky does really run her, because if you've seen on the episode, he tries to play nice, but you can tell he's a controlling, intimidating man, because as soon as he starts whispering in her ear, she went to shaking that leg. She went to looking around, looking crazy, hoping no one heard him, and that leg went to shaking. And where I found I shake my leg is when I'm nervous or when I'm angry. When I get to shaking that leg, it's either, my nerves, anxiety building up, or I'm angry. So I can see that he has had a big control over her life since she was young, and when they first got together back when Escape was out. And so, I mean, it's good to see him married 27 years or so, but I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that. And with her, you can tell, men can rub off on us, and we could start acting just like that man, because or a friend, anything, because if you're around somebody all the time, and their tendencies seem to rub off on you. And so you can tell that nonchalant, I don't care, I'm better than you attitude from Tasha, even when it comes with the group. She's always been the one to disrupt and put the discord in the group. Like now, she's trying to do another solo album, And I feel like she's Otis from the Five Heartbeats. When he came in and said, da da, and they had to tell him, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Well, guess what, Tasha? Ain't nobody come to see you, Tasha. You know, People want to see the group. We want to see Escape. We don't want to, even though she has a beautiful voice, she really does. You know, who's checking for you? And especially this late in the game. We are here for Escape as a group. Not so she's not gonna do well at this again, because when you go out and you try to be the separation of something that could be good, it just seems like it will never work out for them. All these groups have tried that, where they had that one star, the head singer, and they went out and tried to do this solo stuff and it didn't work, and now the group is broke up. Because we would want to see Escape as a group. Like I said, ain't nobody checking for Tasha. I'm sorry, I'm just going to be honest about it, just like they weren't back then. And she still holds resentment against Candy. And you see, Candy, people are letting that stuff go. People are trying to be adults about things and move past things. But this lady, you can see she still holds some type of grudge and anger and regret towards her sister as well as Candy. And it's sad. It's sad, because Candy was able to make a solo album, for her to bring that up, and that was so long ago, over 20, 30 years ago. And you're still talking about that? Yeah, you got a problem. You got a problem with her, you know. And it's really sad, because like I say, it's always that one, and she's that one, and has always been that one. Your husband is supposed to build you up, but she's not humble at all. She is not humble. I mean, even the look on her face, as if her nose turned up, like she just, like I say, queen sheep, but she's somebody better than the rest of them. When in reality, when it comes down to Candy and Tiny, they have done way more than what that woman has done. They are very successful. They were very successful in their right, you know. So, like I say, you guys got to watch it and you give me your opinion on what you think about this. And Mama over there, she's wrong. She's wrong. She should not be condoning someone stealing from the other. And like I say, it probably wasn't Tasha's idea, but Rocky has been their manager. He was their manager for all those years, and he cashed that woman's check. She's not making up no lie, over $30,000. And like her mom gonna say, well, maybe they needed it. You don't know what they were going through at the time. Like Tamika said, wait a minute, I was struggling and my daughter was in college. I needed my own money, So what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And we can't make it be right when it's just all the way wrong. I'm sorry, and we have to call it like we see it. And like I say all the time, the truth has never needed support, And so I just hope that they're able to work this out as a family. But I like that woman said, Tamika said, she's been going through this her whole life. She said if she wasn't doing what her mother and her sister wanted her to do, they didn't like her. So that's sad to me. But I can see the show is going to be very good. All the women, like I say, they are looking good. We might have a little trouble next week with how much SWV don't want to be the head, the starter of the show. Like they say, they're not starting for nobody. She say she made so many million albums, 20 million or however many million, compared to 7 million. Coco say she ain't opening for nobody. So I hope they can figure that out as well. But I really like Lily and Ty, because like I say, they have always, her and Taj have always just been some humble women. They when Lily said all she wanted to do when she got her money was buy a bed, and the first thing that she did was buy a king size bed. that's telling. That tells you, someone that appreciates and grateful. Didn't go out and say she bought shoes, clothes, and jewelry and all that. She said she bought her a king size bed because all she ever wanted was a bed. And I'm just like, oh, that touched me. And like I say, Lily has always been a humbled woman, even when they had the show with the Salt and Pepper, because this is their second time doing the show, reality show, because they had the one with Salt and Pepper, and that was good too, but they weren't on all R&B. It was rap and R&B put together, but old school. It was the old school team, and it was good. It was a good show. But yes, so I hope you guys are able to tune into it on Sundays, on Bravo at 7 Central Time, because it's going to be a good show, like I say. But I one thing I'm zoning in on, and I hope that changes, is Tamika and Tasha and her mother's relationship, because like tomorrow's not promised to any of us, and we cannot live in discard and any kind of hate or jealousy or envy or just anything that is not of God. We can't live that way, because you can die off tomorrow, or not wake up out of your sleep. And this is the way that you guys leave situations. So it's always good to clear the air, extend an olive branch, and you can love people from a distance, but at least you did clear the air. Hey, we're past it. We cleared the air. If you're not good to be around each other, you love from a distance. And so that's that on that. But I also wanted to speak on send my condolences to Mrs. Carver, because this is a time where we should be uplifting her and not talking anything crazy about her. The loss of loved ones, your mother, children, just anyone, your husband, your wife. It's a trying time, and I know, because I've been there. I know, and I mean, grief and pain. It runs deep. It runs deep. And so when someone is grieving and they have lost a loved one, we are supposed to be here to lift them up and to encourage them and let them know that God is there and going to comfort them, and that, they will be all right. Even though it doesn't seem that way at the present time, they will. So, Miss Carver, I would like to send my condolences to you. And I lifted you and your family up in prayer. And I hope today that you're in better spirits, and just keep your head up, Miss Carver. You're a very strong woman. And so I hate to hear people out here on these YouTube streets talking crazy and nonsense, because no matter what you are going through or what anybody goes through with something, there's a time and a place to let bygones be bygones and just show each other love, show each other compassion, lift each other up, have some type of empathy and sympathy for someone other than yourself. So it's a lot of selfish people. So I would take whatever people are saying on here that's not right and wrong towards you, I take it like a grain of salt and push on, because it could be them. It could be them, God forbid. But at this time, you need encouragement and inspiration. And like I say, I lift you up in prayer, you and your family, as well as I send my condolences to you. And like I say, I pray that you woke feeling a lot better than the day before. But God is good. God is good. It's going to be all right. And it's like I say, we just can't tell a person how to grieve and when to grieve, and how it looks, because it's all different for everyone. It's a different thing for everyone. And a display of emotions, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We sometimes have to get things out versus holding things in and becoming angry or bitter, or having all kind of different crazy thoughts going in our head, when it's the trick of the enemy. That's all it is. It's the trick of the enemy. But once again, my condolences to you, Mrs. Carver, and like I say, I pray for you. But back to Queens of R&B. Back to Queens of R&B. I'm sorry, I'm getting old here. I can tell I'm getting old because I'm always like, it's a doggone shame. Pray for me too. Shoot, I am getting old. You know, I can't hardly remember things that much. But yes, I hope you guys watch the show and that you guys enjoy it. It takes you back when they get to playing those little songs. You know, it take you back on down through there. You know, it really does. You know, you be wanting to go ahead and and cut the music on so you can hear it. You know, because like I said, I love music. I'm a music connoisseur. I love all music. You know, so. With that said, I'll let you guys go because I got to get moving. This daylight saving times kind of had me sleeping a little later this morning, and I did not hear my alarm clock, and I'm so glad that my son woke me up. And I said, let me hurry up and get this video going, but I got to hop in the shower and get this morning going. I do appreciate you all. I love you all, and I wish you all a wonderful, peaceful, prosperous day. Don't let anyone steal your joy because it was not theirs to begin with. That belongs to you. You hold on to your joy and your peace tightly. You see, let nothing or no one around you come in and try to knock you off your square today. And you guys be encouraged. You keep your head up. Like, share, and subscribe, and cut your post notifications on because I'll be back with more posts this week. And I want you guys to come on in and drop in the comments of what you guys think of Queens of R&B. What did you guys see for the ones that have watched it? And then even if you watch it today, come on back and drop something in the comments so we can talk about it. Thank you guys and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.